I'm Jeff Stevens, and I am so excited to once again chat with my pal, John Waite.
Jeff,
John, how are you?
everything's great, Hey, I like the track.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat or the edge of my bed, It was great. Really, I'm not kidding. It's really good version.
Thank you so much, man. I still can't believe how it came together. And so for everybody listening right now, this is obviously it's a huge thrill for me and a thrill for us, but you were so kind to say, yeah, let's give it a shot. We were in the middle of COVID. Nobody was doing anything last summer.
Nah, come on. We go back a long way, and it's why not? When's it coming out?
So it's out Friday, May 7th. And I know this has been a long process, but I mean, going back to our first conversation about recording Missing You last summer, you were like, yeah, let's do it. And then you went to your drummer Roger's studio to do your vocals, right?
Yeah, the Doghouse in Woodland Hills. It's my favorite studio, and it's just a piece of cake to work there. I was in the middle of recording anyway. I was kind of doing the Wooden Heart album, so it was really easy to do it.
Well, it was so cool. And then, of course, you sent the vocals to us, and we kind of, mixed it back together. And my favorite part personally is at the end where you and I are kind of going back and forth. And, it almost feels like we were there in the studio together at the same time. But that's kind of the cool thing about this is that we were able to do it, long distance from Dayton, Ohio to LA.
Yeah, no, it's these days you can make a record. Well, you can have a crack at it, having the drummer put his parts down, the bass player put his parts down in a different country,
Right.
But the track you had is a great track, and it was easy to sing to. I mean, it's only like putting a vocal on a track for an album at my end, but it was good. I'm really impressed with the performance. I really am. And saving the drums to the end and stuff.
Yeah.
And at one point I go, yeah, which I thought was great. It sounds like we're in the same room. But I was just listening down and just throwing stuff out there. But you use the best bits, and I think it's really great.
I tell you, John, it's so funny you say that because the band, all of our favorite part is when you go, yeah. It was because I'm serious. We talk about that all the time. It's like, that was perfectly timed, and it was right in between what I was saying. It was just, it was so cool. And you do some stuff that we know and love from the original version of Missing You, but also, you have obviously reimagined that song after performing it many, many years, I'm sure, where you did some stuff a little bit differently, and it was like everybody who hears it, who's heard it so far, and again, it's out May 7th. Everybody who's heard it so far just says, man, I mean, you want to talk about somebody who can just sing his face off. I'm like, I know, man.
That's a real compliment. But I was impressed with your stuff. I thought it was really confident and in the moment and tuneful, and I just got it. I thought it was great. Have at it, man. It was. I listened all the way through, very interested when I heard the master. I've heard a lot of people do it, and you listen to it and you think, I wouldn't have done that. But, it's artistic license. But I really like your version. I do. I think it's really great.
Well, thank you, John. I mean, that's obviously the highest compliment. We could just walk away after just hearing you say that. But I do think that's interesting that you brought that up because other people have obviously done this song. And as an artist, obviously it's a compliment to you, but do you sometimes go, I wasn't so sure about that?
Yeah, no, there's been a few versions. I won't mention whom, but there's been a few versions where you go like, no, you shouldn't, no, don't go there, But it's like every singer has a style, and they have a kind of way of envisioning how they do it against the track, and it's kind of cool to go out there and do it differently. I think there was a country band that did it and left out the hook, and it was kind of like, really, But I found they came up to me once at an award show and said, we didn't do the right thing. So,
wow.
Yeah, and I thought, well, I'm not going to say anything. But Tina Turner really hit it hard with a big production, really big production, which was a huge compliment because, Tina is like, just Tina.
Yes.
And Rod did a nice version. And
I haven't heard Rod's version.
Oh, yeah. And on stage, he introduced it with a high compliment, which I thought was lovely of Rod. He's a great guy. There's all sorts of people done it, but they're all beautiful. It's like people say you can sing Danny Boy, any kind of version of Danny Boy, and it's authentic because it belongs to the person.
Yes.
And Missing You is a kind of blues. So it always belongs to the singer, including me.
Yeah.
I've always got lost inside that song and sang it like it was my last day on earth. It's just one of those songs.
Well, John, that's also interesting to hear you say that, because when we got your vocals back in the studio and we were sitting there in Cincinnati listening to them for the first time, we were all just sitting there just stunned to silence, because we're like, you just said it's like you're singing it like it's the last time you're singing it on earth. That's what it felt like. And so for us to even be a part of something like that was just crazy.
Yeah, but your performance, I'm not trying to stroke you here, Jeff, but I mean, I thought your performance was really convincing. You sound honest. And you went to the right notes and you did your own thing with it. And quite honestly, I think it's great. I was going to say I'll buy it, but I'm not going to. You're going to send me one.
I'm going to send you one. And I hope you get lots and lots of residuals. So
yeah, let's hope it's a hit. Yeah.
Yeah, no
That'd be
kidding.
fabulous.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much. Chatting with John Waite. And John, I'm so thankful to be a part of the new version of Missing You with you and the band Stranger. But you also mentioned Wooden Heart 123, which is, so this is a 23-song acoustic project?
Yeah, I've been doing it for a couple of years, like 5 years, just recording acoustic songs and putting them out as Wooden Heart Volume 1. And then a couple of years ago, there was Volume 2, which was the greatest in the world. I've been waiting for the Unplugged thing to go away so I could do an acoustic record. And this year with the pandemic, after 6 months, everybody and their brother was climbing the walls. It was just like, I have to go back to work.
Yep.
And I went in the studio to record an electric album, and it didn't go anywhere. I couldn't find a way in. It just seemed like it was time to go back to the acoustic thing and add to the Wooden Heart thing. So I recorded a bunch of songs and put out Volume 3, which is in fact 1, 2, 3. It's 23 songs. The hard copy comes out in about a month.
Okay.
And then now it's on every platform. You can get it on the internet, like, whatever, Spotify and Apple Music and all that.
Yeah.
But there's a nice, beautiful 3 CD hard copy with nice photographs and big sort of like a lot of words and stuff inside it. But that's coming out in a month.
Okay.
And you can find it in Target. You can find it on my website, and you can find it probably in a lot of chain stores. But it's a nice thing to have. It's very appropriate in these weird times.
Yeah.
To have something you can listen to at home that isn't sort of like maybe. I mean, we all need AC/DC. I mean, I wake up and play Powerage, and I'm okay with the day. As soon as I can get a cup of coffee and some Powerage, But it's when you're around the house like that in these weird times, and we're just coming out of it. I think it's a very appropriate, and honestly, I think it's the best I've sung. So there's a lot of soul in it. I'm just looking forward. It's great, man. I'm looking forward to a great new year next year. But for now, let's get through this terrible thing that's happened and mask up. If you can do it, just mask up. It's respect, and you got to live with the neighbors. You just respect, And if you want, get vaccinated, because that's going to really solve the problem for us all. So I think we need to be really kind of cool and think of the big picture here.
Well, I agree. And I would imagine, I've talked to other musicians, during the pandemic, and, Steve Lukather of Toto and Bonnie Tyler a couple weeks ago, and a lot of these, everybody's just so itching to get out and play and interact and see people again. Yeah.
I was in touch with Sammy Hagar. There's a documentary we're shooting on me, which is like, really overwhelming, but it's going to be out in about 6 months, but it's a full budget Netflix level kind of documentary called The Hard Way. Yeah. And Sammy was kind enough to say a few words. And, Sammy's really a great guy. He's just really open and just, he's just right out there. He just wants to play. But I was in touch with him, and he was talking about being on the fence about getting vaccinated. He doesn't know what's in it. And it's like, really? And people got sick. And then a couple of weeks ago, I'm on the internet, and there's Sammy getting the shot. Yeah. And then I read this thing he put out in the press, and he just wants to get back to play to people.
Yeah.
And he's really, and he's signed on. He took the vaccination, as I did. We want to, unless you're vaccinated, I think it's going to be almost impossible to really get back to live gigs that mean anything.
Yeah.
I read today in the paper there's going to be a passport that you can put into your phone that shows you've been vaccinated, and that will open up everything. You can go anywhere in the world. You can probably get on an airplane, go to Europe. You can do anything you want. Yeah. But I think the vaccination is paramount. I mean, man, everybody's not been able to play. I mean, I haven't been able to play to an audience for 14 months.
Wow. And it's been that long.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's been the weirdest 14 months I've lived through. And I'm sure it's the same for everybody out there.
Yep, that's right. Well, I know here on the morning show, all three of us got our second vaccination about 2 weeks ago. So we're all vaccinated up here, and it's the same thing. I mean, just with the radio station, we want to get out and see people again, and then of course on the side, my band, we want to get out and play this summer too. And we're just kind of semi-regional here, but for you guys like yourself who tour the world, I can't imagine how much you guys are itching to get back out on the road.
Well, I think it's I didn't realize how much I needed other people. I think I've always been sort of like, I'm cool, I can do this. But I really like being around people, and I like people, and I really love playing to an audience and having them react, and having that energy that's between music and people is such a vital thing for us all, And I mean, man, I miss it like I can't tell you. We're supposed to go to Holland in September to play 10 dates, and and I'm looking at that like Europe is having a lot of trouble with the virus, containing it. I mean, they locked down Paris. We might be in a position now to go forward sort of gingerly, But I think the new year is when it's going to really kick in. I think if by the end of this year we're going to have it complete. But then again, you don't know. It keeps mutating. But I think honestly, the thing to do is get vaccinated, wear a mask, all love to everybody. I've found, I'm in New York City right now.
Yes.
And I've never seen people be so warm to each other. Oh. Everybody seems to, it's like wartime that's threatening. And I think people are really appreciating the fact that we're in a bit of a troubled time here. And everybody's working together. It's a great thing,
Yes.
Restores your faith in people,
Absolutely, and you're starting to feel that hope, which is just amazing, and so
isn't it though? Yeah,
it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, John, this has been incredible to chat with you again, and we're so excited about you doing this Missing You project with us and getting that out there, and the 23 song Wooden Heart 1 2 3. I cannot wait. I'm going to go start downloading everything now. And
man.
Yes.
Well, listen, Jeff, we go back. We've done stuff on the radio for maybe 20 years.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
And we've always had a great time, and I'm glad I could just throw my 2 cents in, and But you've got a great band there, and I think your singing really impressed me. I got to say, I would listen to that over everybody else's version. Ah!
Oh, you did not say that. You did not say that. Yes, he did.
I did. But I did. I think it's great, and I think it's well produced too. I mean, and I love saving the drums to the end.
Yeah.
And it had my attention. I mean, if it has my attention all the way through, it must be up there. So
wow.
Good luck with it, man. Good luck.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you. You are. I could just walk away now. That was fantastic to hear you say that, and I'm so excited to see where where Missing You goes, and also obviously to check out your new project, and then we look forward to having you back in Dayton. Okay, can we please do that?
Well, yeah. I mean, Ohio is very close to my heart. I mean, I when I first came to America, I came to Cleveland and spent about 4 months living in Cleveland. And it was my first experience of rock radio and of the people in Ohio. And I've always had a tremendous love for that state and the people. And because of that, but it never let me down. Ohio was always rock and roll.
Yeah, you got that right. And we still are, my friend. So
yeah. God bless you.
Yeah, well, God bless you, man. So good to hear from you, and I'll keep you posted on how things are going. But but we will chat soon, okay?
Oh, God bless you, Jeff, and good luck with everything.
Thank you, John. God bless you, too. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, man.
All
Bye-bye.
right, see you, buddy. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.